Thank you. Good morning. All righty, we're going to continue to button up what we've been working on down at Sugarloaf and a couple of our other ones, Hardy. We are in a patrol. Hold what we have. Go back and check those that we contained early on. We are still experiencing smokes close to the line on some of those that we left early on to move on to some of the other fires. So we're going to be really concentrating on putting those to bed. We want 100% control on as many fires as we can through the next couple days, taking advantage of the weather. Thank you.
Good morning. Trough that we've had aloft is now going to move east of the fire area today, and we did get another strong marine push overnight today or this morning, and so we're looking for high RHs again on the coastal fires this afternoon. However, one change from what we saw yesterday is I think we're going to see a faster retreat of those low clouds and fog on those coastal fires this afternoon, clearing out a little early, maybe an hour or so earlier today. And so with that, I've gone with slightly lower RHs on those fires, on those coastal fires this afternoon, and a few degrees higher in temperature. On the eastern half, the inland interior fires are not seeing that moisture, especially on the yellow and the mill areas. So looking for much drier conditions there today. High RH is right around 10-15%, well, closer to 15%. We might see a few spots at 10, but for the most part, 15% will be the min RH on that side, and temperatures right around 95 or so, maybe a few temps up around 100, but definitely hotter and drier on this side. Winds today generally will be upslope, up canyon like we have been seeing. Not expecting really too much change there. Upslope, up canyon, 4 to 8 with a few gusts at 12 or 13 in the afternoon. Except for the very near coast, immediate coast, where typically what we get is we'll get some north winds developing on the backside of these troughs. And we're seeing that again today. Don't think it'll be too much of an impact on the southern fires down here because there's a lot of more mountains between the coast and those fires. But Hardy might see a little more northerly wind on it this afternoon, possibly getting up to 12, 15 miles per hour or so. But that would be an extreme west side of those fires there, and on the lower elevations. That's it.
Good morning. The fire really hasn't changed shape for a couple days. The weather's been pretty consistent. I don't expect things to change. In fact, I expect really no significant fire behavior. We're pretty much in a mop-up and hold status. I want to remind everyone here, just for situational awareness, that those fuels still remain critically dry. So if winds, down at the eye level, down where they're sheltered by fuels, if winds start to really pick up and you see them 7, 8, 10 miles per hour, it's really time to say, hey, what's happening here? That's not expected. Air operations today, I think after 1,000 hours, when the fog clears, we should have really clear skies, and have a safe day. Thank you.
Good morning. This morning we want to review a couple of issues that we're seeing out on the line with folks that are working in these areas doing a lot of mop-up. We're running into some issues with folks that are working around in stump holes and a lot of areas where there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of stuff that's buried deep in the duff and in the material that you're working in, and we just need to be careful. We've had a couple of issues with steam burns, and we just need to make sure that we are squirting water into holes and being careful what might come up at you in your face. So we review back to the basics and having your personal protective equipment in place, and when that occurs, as it always does, those issues shouldn't be life-threatening or injure you in any way. So we want to make sure we're looking at that. We need to keep our eyes up into the trees. Stuff's been burning, smoking, and smoldering up there for weeks. And what was safe yesterday, or there was no issue a week ago, can turn up again as you go out on the line today. So even though you've been working potentially the same piece of line over and over and over again, you need to go out before your workday, have a safety briefing, check the area the best you can to where you're working and identify those hazards, flag them, make sure everyone knows that they're there, and then work safely around them. And lastly, I've been getting some reports as we get back to normal. From what I understand, is we have local traffic that is much used to driving faster than we normally have been seeing out on the roads. So we need to be cautious that we might find a very large truck or vehicle coming at you on a dirt road somewhere that might not be expecting to see you there. So make sure that we're keep our eyes open when we're driving back and forth and moving around on the incident today. Thank you.
Good morning. Just one change. For Sugarloaf, they've requested a couple tacks, so we've moved some tacks down from the north down to the Sugarloaf. It's only a change in the comp plan for the day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. You know, I'm, as your agency administrator and co-host with CalFire Team 4, it's my pleasure to address you. I'm not the kind of unit chief that gets up here every day and tells the jokes and that kind of stuff. I like to focus on business. But I did notice that as we go through the incident base here, that we're seeing kind of a change of face, some turnover. Some folks are coming in, some folks are leaving. We've been hard at it here since June 20th or so, and I realize that some of you have just arrived. There's a lot of work to be done here still to put these fires to bed. Our concern here is that with this early in the summer, we don't know what kind of weather tests we're going to put on these fires, and we want to be prepared for it to withstand any test. So for those of you new coming into the incidents, we appreciate you coming here and reinforcing the efforts that have been here. Those of you that may be close to cycling out or getting assigned somewhere else, I want to make sure that that from the unit, from the local government perspective, and as well as the citizens, that we tell you thank you for your hard work. I know some of you have still got, you know, a long haul to do. We appreciate you being here, but again, I don't go anywhere in these last 3 weeks in public in uniform where somebody doesn't come up to us and tell us thank you. And those are the community members. And I feel that as your agency administrator, while I have work to do, I'm not the one that's out on the line sweating every day and pounding these things into submission. You folks are, and you deserve the thanks. So I just want to pass on from the local government community and the local citizens, thank you very much for all your hard work. Please be safe out there.
I know you guys are really anxious to get out there and get to work today, so I'll be quick. We're at 53,300 acres, and we are at 95% containment. That means that we have no line left to cut. We have a little bit of firing left to do on a couple of spots and some cleanup and some line improvement. But as Chief Romero said, we've got at least 2 to 3 weeks of good hard mop-up to make these fires secure, all 127 of them, so that they don't escape between now and the end of fire season, which, as you know, is still three or 4 months out. I had a couple of safety things. Driving, covered that. Trees, covered that. Stumps, we covered that. And steam, we covered that. This is the time where we're not actively engaged in hotline. There's a lot of hard work to do. We let our guard down. This is where we get the ankle sprains and the steam burns and all those kind of things. So we want everyone to leave this incident and go home to wherever they came from safely. So please watch your crews, brief them on these things. There's nothing out there worth getting hurt or injured over. So, you know, situational awareness. A lot of you folks are going to be leaving and going to other assignments. Still a lot of fire activity throughout the Northern California region. Those of you that are leaving us, good luck and be safe. And the rest of us will still buckle down. We've got a lot of hard work to do, and we appreciate your efforts. And on behalf of CalFire Team 4, thank you very much.